Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to part 2 of my review of Jurassic Park 3. So, where I left off is where when they land on the island, and they hear a T-Rex roar. When Dr. Grant says, "I don't think so," sounds bigger, So they all get back on the plane except for Cooper, seeing he's a professional, he can handle himself, Here's a couple of gunshots in the background. So as they're leaving, Cooper is on the runway, is telling them to stop, which they can't stop, and then this huge dinosaur, which is not a T-Rex, which is called the Spinosaurus, just comes out and just grabs him, and they pull up the jerk the handles, they pull up really fast, and it looked like they hit the fin of the Spinosaurus, but you see some blood on the plane, but it didn't show any marks on the Spinosaurus fin, So they lose control. They get stuck in the trees. So the Spinosaurus takes is rocking the tree, and it takes the head of the airplane off, and it grabs Nash, with the guy's name, the black guy, he grabs him by the leg, and which also this guy, Bruce A. Young, who plays Nash, which I also seen him in another film. He was the guy who was training Jennifer Lopez in that movie Enough, teach her how to defend herself, and so I recognize him. So he was also in that part of the film Enough. So he gets grabbed by the legs by the Spinosaurus. He gets pulled down, to the ground, gets like stepped on, and you see it, but it cuts like the foot of the Spinosaurus cuts like in front of him, so you don't see his head get pulled off because it looks like the Spinosaurus was grabbing, Then the rest of the plane falls out of the tree, and the rest of the plane starts rolling, and they're all rolling inside of it, Which I will look on the special feature, said that there was no, they didn't use stunt doubles. It was actually the actual actors who was rolling inside the plane, Which they use multiple different duplicates of the plane. One in the tree, one to roll, one where the Spinosaurus can break through, Which one of the special features, So the Spinosaurus is poking his snout inside of it, which they all get out, and they all start running into the woods, They manage to lose it for a minute or two, which then they run to the Tyrannosaurus, which is eating a dead dinosaur, and Dr. Grant's like, nobody move a muscle, but they all start run away, and as they're running away, I can see there's Sam Neill, he's like this, had that face expression, he's like, since everyone was leaving, he's like, which you could tell is he was like, oh shit, So then you get the battle between the T-Rex and the Spinosaurus, which of course, this is why they chose the Spinosaurus, because they wanted to get a new dinosaur villain in there, because in the two films you've seen the T-Rex, it'll be like getting a little bit tiring seeing a T-Rex again for the villain for a third time, so that's why they chose the Spinosaurus to be the villain this time. A little bit different, and it kills the T-Rex by snapping its neck, And the effects by Stan Winston, once again, they look really great, especially how I like the effects of the Spinosaurus, well, and of course other dinosaurs as well, but Stan Winston, may he rest in peace. He's doing a great job with dinosaur effects, for all three of these films, And the Spinosaurus, the special effects on the Spinosaurus, and this looks really well done, Which I don't get. Which this film does. People may give some crap about this film, which I don't get though. But that's just me though, because I always loved the entire trilogy of Jurassic Park, with the first one being my all-time favorite film, and I enjoy both the sequels, which I don't get. Some that's number 2 and number 3 don't get a lot of respect though, but to me I give a lot of respect though, because everyone say that the first one's always the best, which is very true. The first one's always the best. It's a masterpiece. You can't give nothing on that. But anyway, back to what I was saying though. So so then they manage to lose the T-Rex, the Spinosaurus again, and William H. Macy explains that Tia Leoni, they're divorced couples, and they're here to look for their son, which is the reason why people they say it's unoriginal, because they go back to what can we go back to, to Ezel Soren again? Oh, what's the search for this long lost kid, Maybe that's why they say it's inferior, unoriginal, Which to me, once again, it doesn't bother me at all, So they're here to search for their son, but Dr. Grant said that we'll just go to the coast again, and they're gonna go to the coast, but William H. Macy doesn't want to leave the island without his son, and Dr. Grant says, either way, you probably won't get off this island alive. So they're salvaging what they get from the plane wreck, and Billy and Dr. Grant, they're talking to Kirby, that's William H. Macy's character, Kirby. He's not really a rich guy like he said he was, and that he works for like a hardware store, a patent tile, and the check was not no good, when he wrote it, and Dr. Grant's like, this is good. Here we are in the worst place in the world. We're not even being paid, So as they're walking along, they find the parachute that Eric and Bed rode on, and Udesky finds the camera. He uses one of the flashlight for the batteries, because the battery's dead, so he has to use that to make the camera operating again. So as you see from the camera, the bow rack, and they see how they land in the trees, and you see Eric gets dropped to the ground, but you don't see Ben though. But he says he was gonna drop himself down. So as he tries to pull the parachute down, you see Ben's skeletal remains. I don't think for sure. I don't think for sure for 8 weeks the body wouldn't rot into a skeleton that quick though. But it's a movie. What do you think? What are you supposed to do? So, Amanda, Tia Leoni's character, she runs away, and Kirby follows her, and where they tell Dr. Grant they tell Dr. Grant to come over and take a look at this, and he sees that there's a whole nest of eggs, There's a lot of nest of eggs, and he's telling the velociraptors. And they're walking, and Dr. Grant's wondering where's Billy. He said he was photographing the nest, and he says, "Don't do that again," Then they spot the abandoned engine facility supposedly from the second one, because it looks a little bit different though, but maybe it's a different facility. I don't know. Maybe it could be the same one from the second one, but who knows? So as they're going inside, and as they make their way, to the old hatchling room, bunch of the old containers that supposedly had eggs in them, cracked eggs, eggshells, and Tia Leoni is saying, this is how you make dinosaurs, and Dr. Grant's like, no, this is how you play God. And Amanda, she's looking toward these tanks, sees a velociraptor head in there, thinking it's in the tank, but as it looks at him, we all know it's not in there, it's alive still. And they're running away, they're getting chased by the raptor. It attacks Billy and Amanda, hiding behind the cage door, so then it gets the idea to go up and over, but they push the door and lock in one of the grids, and it's trapped though. It's but he manages to get out. But so they're all running back into the woods as the raptor is calling the other raptors, and they running into this herd of other dinosaurs, and Billy trips and falls, and he loses the bag where his camera stuff is. Then Udesky, he trips and falls over, and And as everyone is running towards the trees, climbing up into the trees so the raptors don't get him, then then Udesky he runs into a raptor and you just hear him scream, and then he's on the ground. Then the raptor uses his big toe claw, and just slashes into his back, And which Billy, Amanda, and Kirby they're all in the trees. They see him down there thinking he's dead, but you see him move a little bit, so he's still alive. Amanda tries to go down there and help him, but one of the tree branches snaps and she falls, but she's like hanging upside down from one of the branches, and one of the two raptors try to jump up and grab her head, which is they set a trap, They set a trap. They actually set a trap, And Dr. Grant is looking at two other raptors. They're like chit chatting, And as they're calling, as one raptor goes, the other raptor grabs Udesky's head and snaps his neck. And I wish Michael Jeter. I wish he could have lived, because there was a cutscene. If you look online, there's a picture of the character. He's holding a big branch. It was a cutscene that they didn't use in the film. That or not even a deleted scene. There was a scene where he was holding this big branch. He was gonna fight the raptors. I would like to see. I would like to have seen that. We add more to this character. Because for the three guys that they were hiding, they were just there to die though. But I wish Michael Jeter. I wish he could have lived. I would like to have seen that where he used that big stick, and just fight the raptors. I would like to have seen that scene, because I like Michael Jeter as an actor. I wish he could have lived. And which also really have his death is like similar to a character named Howard King, how the character's name is in the second book, The Lost World. His death was like practically the same. He got slashed in the back by a raptor claw, and then the raptor used his mouth to hold onto the character's head and snap his neck. They use a similar death to Michael Jeter's character death in this film here. Yeah, but I'm saying I wish he could have lived, and I would love to see that cutscene there. They use who fights the raptors with that big stick. You just look it up. Look at the picture of the character online. You'll see him. He's holding a big stick. So anyway, Dr. Grant he gets surrounded by a bunch of raptors, but then Eric, who survived who survived after 8 weeks, uses a couple of gas grenades and takes Dr. Grant into this place where he's been holding up all this time, like in this old tilted truck that's like someone sunk into the ground. Has all these supplies and food and stuff. Yeah, tells him he says thanks a lot. Tells him his parents are here to are looking for him. Which he also tells them that as they're talking, he said that he read both his books, and Dr. Grant says, "Did you read Malcolm's book?" Jeff Goldblum's character. He said, "Yeah." He's saying like how he would say what Jeff Goldblum say, chaos, too much chaos, everything's chaos, And he said that's another thing we have in common, And I'm gonna stop right here and get to now part 3. So stay tuned for part 3 of review of Jurassic Park 3. So stay tuned.